What is up, you guys? We're here for our weekly anchor message where we are looking at our spiritual lessons and assignments for the week. This is kind of where the energy is going to be focused. And from the wild unknown archetypes, we've got seed again this week. It's back from last week. We have the crone. And we have Alethea. Underneath seed, we have 5 of cups. Underneath crone, we have 2 of wands. And underneath Alethea, we've got Page of Wands. So again, the seed is back. And so basically we've just completed Passover. So we've made our exodus. We have just gone through Good Friday and Easter, so we've died to the old flesh consciousness. We've died to the old self. What was no more, and now what is to become is being reborn or resurrected or brought back to life. So we are in full swing of spring now, and we see a lot of us who garden, we might have just been putting our seedlings in the last week or two, putting in our little starts of plants. And so now it's like we're starting to see signs of life in spring. We've gotten through some of our initial budding trees, and we've gotten some of our bulb flowers are starting to bloom, like the irises are starting to pop off now. We've gotten our tulips, we've gotten our daffodils. And so up next we're in irises now, so I think next will probably be peonies. But we can see the beauty and the life of spring is starting to return. Our little vegetable sprouts are starting to push through the soil. Our herbs are starting to come through. So it's starting to feel like life is being called forth again and rejuvenating. So right now is a time to plant seeds. We just also had Mars go direct, and Mars has been retrograde. I think Mars has been retrograde it was retrograde for a long time, then it went direct, but it's been in Cancer for months. And so this has made us feel really emotional, really weepy and broody and ennui. We're just dissatisfied. And so finally Mars has gone into Leo, which is more fiery, which has got a lot more moxie and mojo and zest and vigor. So we're finally starting to feel enthusiastic again and excited about life again. And we're getting our passion back and our zest and our enthusiasm, our energy to have any motivation to do anything or be inspired or just like the things that we like anymore, right? It's just been feeling very depressing over the past several weeks and a couple of months. But I think we're finally starting to move forward. And so now that we are finally beginning things again and we're getting going and we're feeling like moving forward, it's important that we are paying attention to the quality of our consciousness right now so that we're planting good seeds. We don't want to be planting seeds out of fear or out of reactivity, in affect consciousness to our thoughts and everything that's going on. We want to be really intentional about what we're choosing to create and what kind of mindset and perspective that we are choosing to hold on to and to adopt. And we're having to be really intentional and on purpose with cultivating our energy and maintaining that energy right now and making that a sustainable renewable source of energy. It's hard to maintain grounded stability and to really choose, okay, I'm going to choose my inner peace. I'm going to protect my inner peace. I'm going to protect my joy. I'm going to protect my positive and optimistic attitude, because these things are really fragile these days, and so many factors would love to dampen your spirits, shit in your cereal, rain on your parade, yuck your yum, like just all the things. But we really have to remember that the Holy Spirit can only draw near us if we are in a state of vibration that emulates that of the Holy Spirit as well. And so that is a light, feminine energy, and it is uplifted and inspired energy. And so we have to be in joy, and we have to be light, and we have to be hopeful and grateful in order to really connect with that spirit. Otherwise, we don't bear affinity with that thing, and we are in dissonance with it. So think about vibrational resonance. And if we can't get to, say, an ecstatic thought or a happy thought, maybe we can find neutral thoughts and things that we feel okay about, neutral about. And sometimes that's a more feasible jump than, say, getting out of distress or anger or sadness or despair and going straight from that to like joyous on top of the mountain, right? Sometimes we can't go manic depressive, and we just need a little stepping stones, right? So we just need to keep reaching for that next better feeling, that next better believable thought, and work our way out of these moments of deluge, and which would want to drag us into that quagmire. Remember Never Ending Story, the tar pit? We got to stay out of the tar pit, because whatever our consciousness is at, wherever that mindset is at, and wherever our energy is, it gets into our actions and the things that we make an effort towards. It's like when we're making a soup or a stew and we burn the onions right off the bat in the beginning. It's like you might as well just throw that away and start fresh, because that is, you're starting your flavor base of your whole soup. And so if you burn your onions, the rest of your pot is going to taste off, right? Same with our seed level of consciousness. If we have a burned consciousness, if things are off in the consciousness, the rest of our good works are going to be a little off too. So right now, we are going into this new era, and we're leaving the past behind. And we've been knowing that we're jumping into this new timeline. We've jumped into this new timeline. We finally, are in spring. Our planets are moving forward. So it's like we've been in this state of arrested development and sort of this limbo for months. Like, okay, we're in this new timeline, but like, when are we really going to start creating this new story? And so now we're here, and we're beginning the stages of like think about when you're about to do a craft project. You're getting all your materials and you're laying them out on the table, and you're getting everything prepared. And I feel like that's where we're at right now. We're just sort of like laying everything out and getting ready to start creating. And it's a fun part of the process. And so it's tempting to want to look back. And 5 of Cups we have here, and you see this character there in the river, and it's like all their blossoms have blown off the tree. And you know what it's like in the spring when everything is in bloom and it's just perfect, and then a storm comes in and it gets windy, and you're like, no, we just got the blossoms, like everything's gonna get blown around and torn up, and we don't get to enjoy the blooms long enough. That can be what it feels like. Life goes by so fast. And when we have these landmark birthdays, or we start another year and we're thinking like, I wish I was in a different place than I am. It's so tempting to look back on our life and think all of the things that we could have and we should have and we would have, and what have happened if, and if it could have only been this way, and why did it have to happen? You know, it's too easy to focus on the things that left us feeling disillusioned, and thinking about all those blossoms that, you know, fell off the branch and were left in the river. You know, think about crying over spilled milk, and think about like something pouring out into the water where you can't get it back. You know, it's like these things that they've come and gone, right? We've passed through those checkpoints in our life, and they're neither here nor there now. And so we can't bemoan what was or what wasn't or was almost. The things that we attempted to do and fell short, we can't think about those disappointments forever, and we can't hold on to the things that didn't work out. We have to move forward, and so we can't plant our seeds from a consciousness and a heart full of regret. And we can't continue mourning the past. We have to be in the present and move forward. And so there's this older, wiser, more experienced version of us that's ready to go to this next stage. You know, we're ready for the next chapter of our story. Two of Wands is a feeling of being ready to branch out into a new exciting adventure, into the next phase, into the next level. But you're not quite leaving yet, but you're thinking about things. You've got the world in your hand here. You're sitting at the roof, the top of where you are. It's like you're at the top of your game right now. And you're looking out for the possibilities that are beyond, right? And it's like you're ready for this new chapter. But this time we have we're like the crone. We have the crone power now. So we have more experience and more understanding and more wisdom and more magic and more know-how. We have more power within us to make the most of this next chapter again, to set out on a new adventure in life and get more out of it this time, and put more into it this time. And hopefully do things differently, not do things the same as we did, but learn from our experience and move forward in a new way, in a different way. So we're excited about that. We're ready for the next adventure. And I think too, we are even more astute about connecting with higher truth and real truth. And I think that we're excited to delve deeper into our understanding of life and life's mysteries, and the mysteries of like the cosmos and ancient wisdom. And I think we're excited to explore deeper into ourselves and deeper into concepts that have been maybe interesting and have struck our curiosity for a long time. It's like we're hungry for this knowledge and this wisdom and this truth. You know, we've had this theme coming up recently about being the wisdom keepers and keepers of knowledge, keepers of sacred knowledge. And so this is the aletheia is the kind of truth that Jesus talks about, where he's like, you will live the truth and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. And it's something that it's like a lived experience of this higher truth, that once you have this experience, this like mystical experience with higher truths firsthand, no one can ever tell you differently. No one can ever take that from you again, because you've experienced it. It's like some people are like, I don't know if I believe in like spirits and ghosts or not. I don't know. I've never had a supernatural experience. But the people who have had a supernatural experience, they're like, oh, I've witnessed this. I've had firsthand experience with this. You can't tell me otherwise. Like, I know what I saw. I know what happened. That kind of thing. So this is like when Jesus says, when you do what I'm telling you to, when you live the way that I'm asking you to live, when you adopt the mindset and the discipline that I am offering you, there will be a certain truth. These mysteries will be revealed to you on a level that they are not revealed to people who don't become disciples of the Christ consciousness. It's something that is revealed through the experience that you have because of the amount of yourself that you've been willing to invest and sacrifice. But it doesn't come to just everyone. And even if that piece of knowledge or wisdom did present to that person, they wouldn't understand it. They wouldn't get it. It wouldn't land. You see this all through the New Testament. Over and over and over again, Jesus is trying to give people this truth all the time. And they either get it or they don't. And the people that don't get it, it's like there's the biggest sort of like gap with them because they haven't really done that inner work. And a lot of those people don't think that they have inner work to do. And so because of that, because they don't have that humility and that willingness and that openness, they also aren't open to the higher knowledge and the higher gifts as well. So again, this childlike, the page is a young, enthusiastic, curious person who's like excited about diving deep into subjects that they're excited about and curious about. And so I think that we're getting this renewed vigor, this renewed desire to go deeper into things that maybe we took for granted and they were always there, they were always, available. But now it's like we have our own personal interest and our own personal hunger to develop that connection with wisdom, with understanding, with one-on-one relationship with the Creator, with pondering life and creation and the cosmos like we have never have before. I am going to end this here. I will read you guys the blog for today, and that'll be all. We still have the 2025 prediction series you can download for $10 by following my link to my Stan store. I think it's a very useful and invaluable workshop that takes you through the themes and challenges and opportunities this year. It helps you workshop the issues that are going to be coming up for us to work with in our soul work. And then there are quarterly readings that also help with those themes that are going to be presented through spring, summer, winter, fall. And then there are monthly readings. And so each one of the readings have their own corresponding journal questions to help you go deeper and to help you get more out of that. And there will be found in the description box under the video. All right, y'all, enjoy the audio, and I'll see you tomorrow for our weekly manifestation oracle message. Ciao. Spring is here. We have made our exodus. What was is no more. We have lain in a suspended state of darkness and void. And as the rising sun broke the dark night of our souls, we resurrect into the dawn of a new day, a new era, a new life. We cannot drown the seeds we plant today in a deluge of regrets and disappointment. Our disillusionment carries with it so many almosts, not quites, and what ifs. We have to let all of this wash away. We must plant our seeds with new radiance, new consciousness, new energy, new hope, new vigor, new certainty. We are starting again, fresh, but this time with wisdom, experience, knowledge, and strength, forged in us by living through the fire that had to burn our acorns open, the fire that strengthened our metal, and the grindstones that sharpened it. There is a truth, a higher truth, that is only revealed to one as we continue to sacrifice the egoic consciousness that draws the veil over our memory of our Christ consciousness. We are ready and emboldened to go beyond ourselves once more, transcending, ever ascending, ever going deeper, and more far out into the bleeding expanses of the unknown.